The second of the preliminary finals, going to be absolute beauty. Port Adelaide and the Western Bulldogs. How good were Port Adelaide in the first final? But Ross, the last time they met also, it was they won the first quarter. They were 4 goals up, the Dogs, but then after that it was all
even
four.
that was a misnomer. They were equal entry. I think the formula's clear. Beat them in a contested ball. And the games come back to teams that win it. Eagles and that one on the outside and Hawthorn. But they controlled the ball. Bulldogs love straight line as well, but they shifted the ball, made them defend. So they won in the contest, owned the ball, and you can see time in possession. That's Bulldogs' third lowest for the year. We know they're high possession, control the ball. They would hate that stat. But Port know this is what we've got to do. These are our 3 indicators. Do this, we go a long way to winning.
Yeah, this was the last time. They kicked 4 goals in the first quarter, the Dogs. So this was how they got a couple of the goals. Fast. Look at Lear trying to get the long ball in. Didn't come. Norton hits up on him. After quarter time, this is what happened. They held them up. They defended the mark really well. And they didn't look like scoring, the Dogs.
Well, they're a real press team defence, take off the switch, take off the uncontested ball, and then they got real opportunity to just force them down the line. The Doggies forwards, they're not that potent down the line. They like it being passed in, we know that. So I think the formula's clear. Knock over Libba. If Bont plays, knock him over with William Drew, and then they look to Wines and Boak, work off Bont and Pally. I think Port, they remind me, their energy last week, home crowd. I think what they've done has been incredible, the Bulldogs, but they've travelled, I think, 6 times in a row. It's great character. I think they'll hit a wall, and I think Port and Boak and his team will just steamroll.
So we want to highlight, Jure did a great job after half-time on this man, Charlie Cameron, but there's one Charlie Cameron, but Port have about 5 or 6 options.
Well, have a look. There's Robbie Gray, like champion small forward, in the air, on the ground. There's one. We can go through them. Rosie, Butters. Here it is here. Fantasia Electric. So with respect to the other Brisbane small forwards, they're not the quality and the depth outside of Cameron that these guys are. I think they're going to have their hands full. They're not going to handle it.
And they've got Paley Dale and Caleb Daniel have to take some of these players. So the aggressive half-backs versus these blokes.
Well, they want to. They're midfield super, but they allowed Brisbane Lions. I think we'll get to the graphic. Brisbane Lions, they had 68 entries, but they couldn't score. Good luck holding Port's forward line if you give up 68 entries.
The danger for Port for me is bombing long to Charlie Dixon. I was there at Marvel the last time they played in round 23. I was frustrated watching, and I don't even barrack for Port Adelaide. I just felt they were too predictable. Sat it on this guy's head. I reckon he's got a flaw. I've said a few times, putting one hand up instead of putting 2 hands, wrestling 3 guys. Look at the scoreboard here. It's 33-14 because they played poorly. Look at the score now. It's 63-54. They finally worked out. Let's go to some other options and lower our eyes.
Yeah, I think Dixon, under pressure, he's a bailout kick. But other than that, he's a beacon. So change the targets, unpredictable entries, lower your eyes.
So Ross and I, we've decided to do a Bulldogs match committee. So what we are going to do at selection. So let's take a look at the ruck situation. You've got Lewis Young. How's he going? Okay. Tim English, did really get monstered? And the wild card, Stephen Martin. So we're going to discuss what we would both do at selection.
You go first,
I'm going to go first. So I'm going to throw something very, very different. So we all know Waitman is out with concussion. Jason Johannesson, who was the 23rd man, he comes in. I think that happens. I'm bringing in Stephen Martin for Lewis Young because I believe against Scott Lysette, he's not big or strong enough. And this is the big...
you're breaking the glass in case of emergency.
I'm breaking the glass, yeah, because of the matchup and 4 weeks of training for Martin. This is the wild card. I am bringing him in for Aliir to say, you have got Zane Cordy, and I'm leaving out Shaki, who I can't trust.
What I like about that is he gives you a tall defender as well if you need to. But I'm going a different way, Lloydie. So senior coach gets his way.
You'll get your way.
I agree with Johannesson no problem. But I think Young struggled. I loved English's second up, but his first 10 minutes of the last quarter, he lifted the Bulldogs. He got over the top and he was instrumental. He was a catalyst for what happened in that last quarter. I think he'll get real belief. I would make him your number 1 ruckman. And I would bring in Ugal Hagen as the 3rd tall and keep Shaki as the 2nd ruck. That's what I would do. And I think fresh legs, speed, unpredictability, I think he can really add. But they're going to be up against.
Can't wait to see what Luke Beveridge does. And Ross, by the sounds of that, you like Port Adelaide in this one.
Yeah, I think Port Adelaide are going to be incredibly hard to stop. I've admired the Bulldogs, but it's not. They haven't got a bye. They'll be on their knees on the weekend.
Yeah, I like Melbourne and Port Adelaide, and the premiership odds we see here that the Demons and Port Adelaide obviously are favourites, and the Cats and the Bulldogs are the outsiders there, Ed.